Okay, so yesterday what we have discussed? We have discussed about cross product A cross B. Okay, and how to find the cross product there. Okay, is my voice audible to you all? Okay, fine. So yesterday we found the cross product. So we'll practice more problem on that. Okay, revision we will start. Okay, let me complete motion in the plane. Then we will start this revision part. Okay, so can you do one more problem on this cross product? Like A vector is given by 3 I cap plus 2 j cap minus k cap, and B vector is given by minus I cap plus 2 plus 2 j cap, which is j, okay, plus k cap. Okay, can you find the value of A vector cross B vector? Do it now. Okay, you should do matrix method because it is much easier than the previous method. Okay, so you have to do with the help of matrix method. Find A cross B in this case. Is my voice lagging or something? Okay. No, no. Your test means your week that midterm test. I think you got the message of that test there. That 50-mark test will be there, I think. Okay. So their syllabus is up to motor in a plane. Okay. We have two topic left: projectile and this relative motion in 2D. Okay. Fine. Then we will revise that topic. It is NCRT only. Okay. Answer is 0 I cap plus 4 minus 4 j cap plus 4 k cap. Okay. 4 I cap plus 4 j cap plus 8 k cap. Okay. 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 Fine. Let us solve this now. Okay. So we have a vector cross B vector. So with the help of matrix method, what I have to do? First of all, write I j k. Okay. So put I j k. Then you have to find A cross B. Yes. Yes. This type of problem will come in NCRT exam also. Okay. So then what we have to do, we have to write a value. A value is how much? 3, 2, minus 1. B value is minus 1, 2, and 1. Okay. 3, 2, minus 1, minus 1, 2, and 1. Okay, fine. Now what we have to do? First write down I vector. Okay. So if you take I vector, we have to ignore this column and this row. Okay. Then cross multiply. So 2 into 1 is 2, minus, then you put minus, then you cross multiply. Minus 1 into 2. Okay, that is I cap. Then you have to put minus j cap, plus minus. Okay, then you ignore this column and this row. So we get what? 3, 3 into 1, minus of minus 1 into minus 1, which is plus 1. Okay, fine. Then we have plus k cap. Okay, that is how much? If you take this k cap, you have to eliminate this row and eliminate this column. So this will be 3 into 2, 6, minus of minus 2. Okay, so what answer we are getting here? I cap. This is how much? 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 minus j cap. That is 3 minus 1 is 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay, 3 minus 1 is 2. I think 3 minus 1 is 2. Then plus 8k cap, because 6 into plus 2 is 8k cap. Okay, so the answer for this problem is what? 4i cap minus 2j cap plus 8k cap is the answer for this problem. Okay, 4i cap minus 2j cap plus 8k cap. Okay, anyone got this answer? Any one of you got this answer, A cross B? Okay, very good, Anirudh. Okay, very good. My screen is not visible. Okay. See, if for some problem is there in screen, you have to see your network problem will be there. Okay, so answer is 4i cap minus 2j cap plus 8k cap. Okay, I think you are understanding how to find the cross product. Okay, so this method is much easier as compared to previous method. Okay, so my suggestion is to follow this method. And the way I told you, you have to follow each and every step. Okay, fine. You don't need to use your own logic there. If you use their own logic, then you make a mistake there. Okay, fine. So here y minus c, that is also that this should be plus, this should be minus, this should be plus. Like this you have to go. In the first row, you have to put plus, minus, plus. Okay. Ha, minus j always. Minus j always. Okay. If you have confusion, just put plus, minus, plus like this. Okay. Fine. So I think you all have understood how to find the cross product there. Okay. Now next thing is to find. Okay. So we found the cross product. Now if I ask you one thing, in the previous question only, find the magnitude of A cross B. Can you find that? In the previous problem, that this problem which we have discussed, can you find the magnitude of A cross B? Find the magnitude of A cross B in the previous problem. It is 84. Okay. Okay. See, the magnitude of A cross B is the magnitude of A cross B means we put the mod there, that is equal to square root of 4 square root of 4 square plus minus 2 whole square plus 8 square plus 8 square. Okay, so this would be how much? 16 plus 4 plus 64. So that will come as square root of 84. Okay, so the modulus of A cross B is square root of 84. Okay, very good. That is the mod of A cross B. Now, if in this problem only, if I ask you, what is the angle between A and B? Can you find it? Can you find the angle between A and B in this case? Can you find the angle between A and B? See, the angle between A and B can be found by using that concept that the magnitude of A cross B is equal to what? Sorry, uh, A cross B magnitude is what? A cross B magnitude is mod A mod B sine theta. Is this correct or not? The magnitude of A cross B is what? Mod A mod B sine theta. Is this correct or not? Because it means magnitude means only magnitude I am finding now. If I multiply with n cap, I will get the vector there. Okay, n cap. If I multiply n cap, I'll get A cross B vector. But if I am simply finding modulus of A cross B, then I have to write only this part, na? Are you getting what I'm trying to explain to you? No, 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 no. Angle between A cross B. A and B, I'm asking. Angle between A and B. It is not 90 degree, okay? 90 degree is C vector. See, you are all are getting confused. See, you take this plane like this, okay? You take this plane. In that plane, we have two vectors, A vector and B vector. I am finding this angle theta. Okay. So how can I find this angle theta? If modulus of A cross B equal to mod A mod B sine theta. Okay, fine. So mod of A cross B we have found, that is root 84. So root 84 equal to modulus of A. So modulus of A we have to find. Okay. So here only I can find mod A. So mod A will be equal to how much? Square root of 3 square plus 2 square plus minus 1 whole square, which will come as how much? 9 plus 4 plus 1. Root 14 is mod A, and mod B will be equal to how much? Square root of 1 square minus 1 whole square. See, mod B will be equal to square root of minus 1 whole square plus 2 whole square plus 1 whole square, which is 1 plus 4 plus 1, root 6, root 14 by root 6. Okay, so sine theta will be equal to, so divide by root 14 root 6 equal to sine theta. Okay, so that is the angle between A and B vector. Okay, see, I am telling you the modulus, mod, magnitude. In the first lecture only I told you, in the first lecture only I told you, A cross B is basically what? See, this one, this lecture I told you. See, A cross B is mod of A, mod of B, sine theta. This is the magnitude of the vector. And if I multiply with n cap, I get the direction of the vector. Which means, can I write here as what? Mod A is equal, mod A cross B, mod mod A cross B is equal to simply mod A mod B sine theta, na? Is this correct or not? This is the magnitude I am writing, not with direction I am writing that. Okay. Ha, if I have to find direction, I have to multiply with n cap. Okay, that is correct. Okay. So from here, can we get the value of sine theta? So sine theta will be equal to root of 84 by root 14 into root 6. Okay. So angle between A and B will be, it is coming 90 degree. 90 is coming. Okay. Let me check this. Root 84 by root 14 to 6. This will come as how much? I think 1. Sine theta will come as 1. Therefore, theta is equal to 90 degree. Yes. So angle between A and B is 90 degree here. Okay. This is A vector. This is your B vector. Fine. Answer is 90 degree. Okay. Just wait 1 minute. Okay. I hope you got this answer. Theta is 90 degree in this case. In this case, it is 90 degree, but don't take everywhere it is 90 degree. Okay. Fine. Okay. How I am defined? I told you that A cross B is equal to mod A mod B sin theta. Why don't you listen the class properly, man? Who am I to decide that sin theta or cos theta? I told you here itself, na A cross B equal to mod A mod B sin theta. I am not deciding anything. Okay. You didn't understand the right hand thumb rule. You have the right hand? Okay, take your right hand. Take your right hand. In this case, put on A vector. Put your right hand finger on A vector. Rotate your finger towards the B vector. Are you rotating or not? Put your fingers on the A, rotate on the B. Where is your thumb? Upward or downward? Tell me. Up. So what is the direction of the A cross B? Upward. Yes. That is what? That is what? The direction of the vector. Okay. This is n cap. How I got downward? Okay. If I ask you B cross A. So for B cross A, what do you have to do? Put your finger on B. Right hand. Don't take left hand. Okay. Put your finger on B. Rotate the finger towards A. Where is your thumb? Downward. So what is the direction of B cross A? Minus n cap. Yes or no? Okay. Fine. So that is what it means. See, I I can't understand one thing. And when I tell you something, you have to understand that I told you when it is dot product A dot B, it is A B cos theta. Formula it is okay. I have not created anything from my side. Okay. If it is A cross B, it is A B sine theta and cap. Because A cross B means answer should be in vector form. To get this in vector, this should be magnitude into direction. Okay. How I got sine theta cos theta, I'm not telling anything. This is the formula which you have to remember. Okay. Dot means cos, dot means cos product. Cos will come. If it is cross, it is sine will come. See in right hand thumb rule, if this is the vector here, you have to put your finger like this. This is your finger. Okay, right hand finger. Okay. Now, if this is the B vector, this is B, this is A vector. You have to put your finger like this. You have to rotate your finger from A to B. Okay, right hand finger. So where is your thumb will point? This is your this is a finger you have put here. Okay, you rotate this finger. So where is the thumb pointing? Upward. So what is the direction of this A cross B? Upward. Okay, this is your finger, right hand finger. You have to find A cross B. A cross B. Okay, so you have to rotate the finger from A to B. Where is the thumb pointing upward? Okay, got this? We cannot tell the angle between the vectors. Yes, we can find the direction of the C vector. C and cap is the direction of the resultant vector C vector. See, A cross B means C vector. So if you think here, the C vector will be perpendicular to both A and B, and direction of C vector will be like this. This is your C vector. Okay, thumb is pointing upward means it is C vector. What is C vector? C vector is A vector cross B vector. Okay, A cross B vector. Fine. So this is the direction of C vector. I am not saying direction between A and B. A and B is theta. This angle is theta. Okay. When the thumb will point downward, you take your right hand. If thumb is pointing downward, then it is downward only. Na? This is your C vector, B vector. This is your A vector. Your finger is here. on the B vector. Right hand is there. Okay. You have to rotate your finger from A to B to A. The finger will point downward. Okay. Fine. So that is the direction of C vector, which is thumb, which is pointing outward. Okay. And theta is the angle between A and B. Okay. To find this angle, we need to use this formula, that mod of A cross B equal to mod A mod B sine theta. This theta is the angle between A and B, and this n cap is the direction of C vector, which is A cross B. Okay, fine. Okay, so can you do one more problem here? That if in the question they give you, if A is equal to 5 units and B is equal to 6 units, and modulus of A cross B is 15 units, find the angle between A and B. Find the angle between A and B. Okay, A vector and B vector. Fine. The mod of A plus B is 15 unit. A is 5, B is 6. What is the angle between A and B? 30 degree. Okay, fine. So directly we can use this formula here, that modulus of A cross B equal to mod A, which is mod A mod B sine theta. Okay, so we get something 15 equal to 5 into 6 sine theta. So sine theta will be equal to 15 by 5 into 6. That will be half. So theta is equal to 30 degree. So the angle between A and B is 30 degree. Yes. Okay. Now one problem is there in NEET. Let me check the problem and give you the problem. Wait. Just wait. One problem was asked in the NEET. They have asked you this problem, that if mod of A cross B, if mod of A cross B is equal to root 3 A vector dot B vector. Okay, root 3 A dot B, then find the value of mod of A plus B vector. If A mod of A cross B equal to root 3 A dot B, then find the value of mod of A plus B. This was asked in 2004 NEET exam. Okay, can you solve this problem now? Okay, yes, you are correct. Okay, fine. Can you get the answer for this? Hmm. Yes, you are correct. Your statement is correct. That is what you have to find. Nah? This is the NEET problem. Okay, just think, how can you solve this problem? Mod of A cross B is equal to root 3 times of A dot B. Find the value of A plus B mod of A plus B. Okay, 60 degrees coming. Okay, so let me solve this problem now. Yes, I think your answer is correct. Rosni, your answer is, I think, correct. Yes. Harini, your answer is also correct. Okay. So mod of A, see, first of all, what is mod of A cross B? Mod of A cross B is A B sine theta. Is this correct or not? A B sine theta. Okay. And this this mod of A cross B is equal to, means AB sine theta is equal to root 3 times of A dot B. A dot B is AB cos theta. Okay. So I think AB get cancelled out. A into B get cancelled out. We get tan theta equal to root 3, means theta equal to 60 degree. So we found the angle between A and B. So angle between A and B is 60 degree. So what is mod of A plus B vector? That is square root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos 60. Okay. Cos 60 is half. So half and 2 will get cancelled out. So answer for mod A plus B equal to A square plus B square plus AB. Correct now? Okay. So mod of A plus B is equal to A square plus B square plus AB. Okay. Square root of A square plus B square plus AB. Okay. That is the answer for this problem. Fine. So from this data, we got the angle theta between the vectors. Then mod of A plus B is square root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos 60. Okay. Fine. Now next, one more problem is given to us in the NEET exam only, that mod of A plus B vector, mod of A plus B vector equal to mod of A minus B vector. Mod of A plus B vector equal to mod of A minus B. Find the angle between A and B. A and B. Find the angle between A and B. Mod of A plus B equal to mod of A minus B. Find the angle between A and B. 90 degree. Okay. Okay. Fine. 0. 90. Okay. Okay. So we can solve now. What is mod of A plus B? Mod of A plus B can be equal to square root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta, where theta is the angle between A and B, should be equal to A minus B. A minus B means what? A square plus B square minus 2AB cos theta, minus 2AB cos theta. Is this correct or not? Okay. So we can square on both the side. If you square on both the side, what we'll get? A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta should be equal to A square plus B square minus 2AB cos theta. A square cancel out, B square get cancel out. Can we write here as what? If you take this here, it becomes 4AB cos theta equal to 0. Means what? Cos theta equal to 0. When can your theta be 0? When theta is equal to 90 degree. So angle between A and B is how much? 90 degree. That is the answer. Okay, pi by 2 or 90 degree. That is the correct answer. Okay, so these are the NEET problem which we are asked in the NEET exam. So you can understand like how we are getting this. Okay, Now next, okay, very good. If you know without calculation also, then it is good only. Okay. Now next thing is, next problem if you write down. If I say one thing like a vector dot a cross b, a vector dot a cross b value is equal to what? What is the value of a vector dot a cross b? Find the value of a vector dot a cross b. Find the value of a vector dot a cross b. What is the answer for this problem? A vector dot a cross b. Tell what is the answer for this problem? AB sine theta mod A, okay, A square B square sine theta cos theta, A square B square, okay. Hmm. Okay, somebody has got the answer for this? A square B square, okay. Anirudh, your answer is 0. Why? Why you got 0? Everyone is getting A square B square sine theta like this. You are getting 0. Why? You wrote 0 na, so why it is 0? Tell me. A square B sine theta, okay. And I think Madhu, what is her name? You got 0. How you got A plus B dot A cross B? Okay, so answer here is the correct answer is Anirudh answer. That is 0. Okay, answer is 0. How it is 0? How it is 0? See, very simple. You don't need to calculate anything. Just take A and B vector in a plane. See, you take two vectors in a plane. This is a plane. This is A vector. This is your B vector. Correct now. This is A vector and B vector. Suppose angle between them is theta. Okay. Now you tell me one thing. What is A cross B? Direction of A cross. A cross B means what? A cross B means C vector. Can you write this as C vector equal to A cross B? Correct now. Now can you tell me what is the direction of the C vector? Again, what you have to do, you have to place your finger here, rotate the finger, thumb is pointing in which direction? Upward. Okay, K cap, yes. Which means the direction of. So from this right hand thumb rule, can I say that the direction of C vector is perpendicular to is perpendicular to both A and B, both A vector and B vector. Is this correct or not? The C vector will be perpendicular to both A and B. Okay. Now, if you look at this relation, A vector dot A cross B. A cross B direction is C vector, which is perpendicular. So can I draw here? This is the C vector. This is your A vector. Angle between them is how much? 90 degree. So if angle is 90 degree, then value will come at 0. Because A dot B is what? AB cos theta. Okay. And cos 90 is 0. So this value will come 0. By logic, you can say that A cross B direction is upward, perpendicular to the plane. So dot product of A cross B into A will be 0. Okay. Because A and C are perpendicular to each other. Okay. Mathematically, how you want me to prove? No, logically we can prove this. Logically we can say that C vector is perpendicular to both A and B, which means angle between C and A is 90 degree. How can I say perpendicular? What you can do? You take a piece of paper, draw the two vector A and B on the piece of the paper, draw it. Okay, and then you take A cross B. Okay, you put your finger on A, rotate the finger on towards the B. Where is your thumb pointing? Upward. Now you see your thumb will make a perpendicular angle with C vector. Your thumb is C vector. It makes a 90 degree with A vector. Just see, just do at your piece of a paper. Which means what? A cross B is 90 degree. Angle between A cross B and A is 90 degree. Okay, so the dot product of A dot A cross B is equal to 0. See, I have explained right hand thumb rule 4 times. Okay, and if I will explain, then remaining students will feel problem. Okay, I have explained you right hand thumb rule. Yesterday also I explained. Mathematically, if you can prove logically, why you go for mathematical proof? Okay, mathematically you can say like this, that A cross B, A dot cross B means what? A vector dot of mod A B sine theta n cap. N cap is perpendicular to A vector. Means we have n cap. This is the n cap, which is perpendicular to A vector. Means angle between n cap and A is 90 degree. So if I find the value of this value, that is what? A dot A, then this value, that is A B sine theta into cos 90. Okay, that is the value of A dot A cross B. Cos 90 is 0, so answer will be 0. That is the mathematical proof. Okay, so A into AB sine theta into cos 90, because n cap and A is 90 degree. So answer is 0. Okay, this is the mathematical proof. Okay, it is mod A mod B only. If I don't put mod, it means it is modulus only. Okay, fine. So I think your vector is over now. You need to practice more problems. Okay, I have explained you all the concept of vectors. Okay, so you need to practice from the seekers material. So you seekers material, if you find some question, you can do there. Okay, fine. Okay, now next is I have left two topics before. One topic was position vector. Position vector. Okay, and next one was displacement vector. Okay, so what is position vector? I think in the first class I told you about position vector. What is position? Yes. In all the cases, the resultant of A cross B will always be perpendicular to both the vectors. Yes, correct. Okay, so position means for position we need to define the x and y axis. Okay, for a position we need to define x and y axis. Okay, So let us suppose this is the x-axis, this is your y-axis, and this is your z-axis. Okay. Now if the object is in the if the object is in some space, like you take your pen, okay, you put your pen somewhere, okay, then what is the position of the pen? That position will be represented by say P, okay, that position is P, whose coordinate will be equal to what? X comma y comma z, correct now? See, you have to hear my voice, okay? I know there is some noise, okay, because some work is going on in my next house, so I cannot ask them to stop. So you have to hear my voice, okay? Fine. I'm trying to speak loudly so that my voice is audible to you more. Is that fine now? Okay. Okay. So if we have some position, see if we have some particle, okay, whose coordinate are x comma y comma z. Okay. So to represent the position vector, first of all, the position vector will have the tail at the origin, and head will be pointing towards the position P. The head would be pointing toward the position P, and the tail would be at the origin. This is known as position vector, whose tail will be at the origin, tail at the origin or reference point, and head towards the point, head towards the point. Okay, fine. Okay, the head towards the point. So the position vector is represented by r cap. Okay, the position vector is represented by r cap, which is equal to x I cap, because if I write the position vector of this point along the x, it would be x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap. So x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap is the position vector of this point. Okay, so point P will have the position vector of x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap. Okay, so can I write this in vector form? This is xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap. So this is known as position vector. Okay, fine. This r cap is the position vector. This is the position vector. Position vector. So basically, we are representing the position in the form of vectors. And how can I represent xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap? Okay, fine. R cap is the position vector of a point. Okay, the position vector will have the tail at its origin or the reference point and head towards the point, okay, where we have to find the position. Okay, so the position can be represented in a form of vector, which is r cap, r vector. R vector will be equal to xi cap plus yj cap plus z k cap. Okay, so this is known as position vector. Okay, now one more thing is there, that is displacement vector. Okay, so I told you that displacement is a vector or not. A displacement is the vector quantity. Displacement vector. Okay, a displacement is the vector quantity. How to represent displacement in the form of vectors? Okay, so for that also we have to first assume x, y, z axis. So this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis, and this is your z-axis. Fine. So let us suppose some particle was at point P, whose coordinate was x1 comma y1 comma z1. Okay, now this particle get displaced from P to Q, where the particle position is x2 comma y2 comma z2. Okay, now how to write the displacement vector? First of all we have to define the position vector of P and Q. So let us suppose the position vector of P is R1, R1 vector, and position vector of Q is R2 vector. Okay, so position vector of the, yes, the position vector of point P is R1 and Q is R2. So what is displacement vector? The displacement would be PQ, because the particle has displaced from point P to point Q. Okay, so what is the final position of the particle? Q. What is the initial position of the particle? P. So displacement will be from P to Q, like this. Okay, this is displacement, and displacement is represented by r cap, r vector. Okay, don't take r. Okay, take here as uh, you can take this as something delta r. Okay, delta r vector. Okay, fine. Delta r is the displacement here. Fine. So what is the value of delta r? Delta r will be equal to delta r, which is a displacement vector, will be equal to final position vector minus initial position vector. Is this correct or not? The displacement vector would be represented by final position vector, which is r2 vector, minus initial position vector, which is r1 vector. Okay. Now what is r2 vector? Now r2 vector is equal to how much? That is equal to x1 I cap plus y1 j cap plus z1 k cap. And what is r2 vector? That is x2 I cap plus y2 j cap plus z2 k cap. That is r2 vector. Okay, fine. Yes, by parallelogram also it could be resultant vector. Yes, correct only. From parallelogram also this would be the diagonal of the resultant vector. Or we can say triangle law also. Both are valid here. Okay. So the value of displacement vector, which is delta r, will be equal to how much? R2 minus R1. Delta r is R2 vector minus R1 vector. So R2 value is how much? X2 I cap plus Y2 j cap plus Z2 k cap minus of X1 I cap plus Y1 j cap plus Z1 k cap. So can we write this as what? X2 minus X1 I cap plus Y2 minus Y1 j cap plus Z2 minus Z1 k cap. This is the displacement vector when the particle get displaced from P to Q. Okay, so when the particle displaced from P to Q. Okay, fine. Did you understand this or not? You can make a copy note of this. Okay, so I have drawn the figure properly. You can see the figure. From there you can understand everything which I am telling you. Okay, fine. Make a note of this. So one question we'll practice, then your vectors is over. Okay. So from tomorrow we will start this uh, projectile motion. Okay. So tomorrow we'll start projectile motion. Then we have one more topic, that is relative 2D. Okay. Relative velocity 2D. Then your motion in a plane will be over. Okay. And I think on from 17 August you have the exam. Okay. So in exam you have the topic tip, means you will have unit and dimension, then you will have motion in 1D, then motion in a plane. Okay. I hope you got the message from seekers regarding this. That mid-sem exam is there for you all. Okay. So prepare that properly. Okay. Fine. But one thing more, your weekly test will be there. This week your weekly test would be there. Okay, weekly test will be there. Fine. Yes, revision will, I will do revision before your exam. Your weekly test will be there. See, here I have written position vector, not projection vector. Okay, it is the position vector, not projection vector. Okay, motion in a plane will have vectors, then projectile motion, then relative 2D. Sorry, relative 2D. Yes, fine. I think your message will be sent to you. Okay, you see the message there. And motion in a straight line will also come. Yes. Okay. Now, can you write one problem here? No, 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 not on Sunday. On 17th August. From 17th August, you have the paper, NCRT level paper. Yes. But this week you have the weekly tests. Okay. And for your weekly test, you have the topic of vectors, complete vector. Okay. Just wait. This week, complete vector and projectile motion only. Projectile motion. Correct now. Complete vector and projectile motion. This weekly test. Sunday. Fine. So make a note of this. And don't ask me again and again this. That sir, what is the weekly test portion? What is the weekly test portion? Okay. Fine. Projectile I will teach you. Tomorrow I'll start projectile only. Okay. Fine. Now write down one problem for this. The question is that the velocity vector, okay, the velocity vector is given by 2i cap plus 2tj cap. Velocity vector is given by 2i cap plus 2tj cap. Find the displacement of the particle. Find the displacement of the particle in 2 seconds. In 2 seconds. Okay. So velocity vector is given by 2i cap plus 2tj cap. Find the displacement of the particle in 2 seconds. Okay. 2tj cap. It is t. 2tj cap it is. Okay. Don't confuse here. It is 2tj cap. T is the time here. Okay. 8 meters. 8 meters. Okay. It is 2tij cap. Okay. Don't confuse here. Yes, 4i cap plus 4j cap. Very good. Correct answer. 4i cap plus 4j cap. Yes. Okay. So, Anirudh, you got the answer. Very good. Okay. So, velocity vector is given by 2i cap plus 2tj cap. Okay. 2i cap plus 2tj cap. So, can I write here as what? Velocity vector equal to dx by dt. Correct now. Dx by dt equal to 2i cap plus 2tj cap. Okay. Fine. Now what we can do? We can take dt on this side. If you take dt on this side, we'll get dx equal to 2 dt I cap plus 2t dt j cap. Okay, fine. Now what we have to do? We have to integrate this to get the displacement. Displacement in which time? In 2 seconds means 0 to 2, 0 to 2. Okay, so different integrate this, you'll get what? 2 dt integration is t, so it should be 2t limit 0 to 2 I cap plus 2 t square by 2 limit 0 to 2. Okay, so you'll get 2 minus 0 I cap plus 4 means 2 square minus 0 j cap. So we are getting somewhat around 4 I cap plus 4 j cap. 4 I cap plus 4 j cap is the displacement here dx. Okay, now what is the magnitude of displacement? This is in vector form, so we can say this is displacement vector we are getting here. This is displacement vector which we are getting. Okay, but if I have to find the magnitude of displacement, what I need to do? I need to find the mod of this. Yes or no? This is the displacement vector is given us, and we have to find the magnitude of this displacement vector. So magnitude will be mod of x vector, which is equal to square root of 4 square plus 4 square, which is 4 root 2 meter, is the answer here. 4 root 2 is the answer here. Yes, very good. So I think you can see that we have combined two problems here, two concepts here. One is the vector concept along with the motion in 1D. Okay, motion in the 1D, we have combined the two concepts. Okay, so I have left this question in 1D because it was a displacement vector. So that is why I left that. Fine. Okay. So your vector is over now. Now you need to practice. Okay, from your sequence material. Okay. So today I will give you some homework. Okay. Try to solve the problem. I think you can do all the sequence material problem or not. Can you do it or not? Because all the concept I have explained to you. Okay. So complete the sequence material. Okay. And submit the homework. Not now. You can submit after 2 days. Okay. You can submit after 2 days. Like today is I think Tuesday. You can submit by Friday. Fine. So complete. And one thing more. What all question I've given from seekers material, leave that question. Okay. Before submitting, to leave that question and submit the remaining questions of vectors. I hope you got this now. Due date is Friday. You don't have the seekers material. Seekers material is there now that I think PDF would be given to you, provided to you. It is there. Today homework, that what I'm telling you from seekers material, complete the exercise which is there. Or wait, I will upload. You can get the Lanity there. Okay. That vectors and motion in red color book. Yes, that is only. See, I have not given you the problem of differentiation of 200 function for NEET. I did not give that. Okay. So you can take that question for your practice. Okay. I'm not saying that you cannot do that question, but I don't think you need to upload that questions. Okay. That 200 differentiation question is for your practice only. Okay. You don't need to uh, upload that question. Okay. Fine. So today I will upload the question in Lanity. You can see the question and due date can be put as Friday. Okay. Fine. Okay. in this one position vector, see, you can represent this position with xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap. Means x will represent the magnitude of the position. I cap will represent direction of the position. Okay. So xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap. Okay. You can contact Ramesh sir. Okay, he will provide you the materials there. Okay. Okay. Thank you all. No, 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 not for coplanar. It can be for different means. You can take the cross product in x and y plane also. It is not that the cross product is always coplanar. Like very good question you have asked me. See, if I take a vector along x-axis, okay, and b vector along y-axis, then a cross b will be along z-axis. You can see that both the planes are not in one plane. Okay, fine. So we can have different vectors also. It is not like only you can take a cross b. Means in one plane, it can be in different plane also. Resultant will always be perpendicular to both a cross b. Resultant will always be perpendicular to a cross b. That is the correct thing. Okay. So thank you all. As by you can that by the right hand thumb rule, na, that a cross b will always be perpendicular to perpendicular. That is why it is okay.